Hollow Knight is a very difficult game to pick up. There's a lot of branching paths and backtracking, so it's easy to get confused. And this beginner's guide is going to go through the first couple bosses and hopefully help you get a grip on how to play the game. So the first thing on your to-do list is just spam the skip button on all this text. It's really just exposition, which doesn't really matter. You're trying to play a game, not really be told a story. So then what you're going to do is you're going to drop into the map, and you're going to notice that there is no minimap or objective list at all. So it can be kind of daunting for players not used to this. So this guide is going to take you through finding these things so you can be more comfortable with this game. So as you make your way through this tutorial level, just try to follow the main path. Don't stray too far from it because it's easy to get lost and there's nothing really worth finding over there anyways. Then just knock down this door to get out of the tutorial area. So eventually you're going to come to this little town. What you're going to want to do is just run past all of it and just drop down here and head straight to the left and then down this huge hole. And here is where you're going to meet Cornifer, who you're going to skip through all the dialogue and then he's going to offer you a map. So you're going to want to pick that up. And now you have a goal to work towards. So you're going to look at the map, and in the middle, you're going to see that big guy with the horns. So we're going to go to him. After following the map, you're going to end up here. And this is where you're going to meet your first boss. And the thing about this guy is he's actually really big and scary and can give even veteran players a hard time. As you can see right here, I even take a bit of damage myself. So what you're going to want to do is just keep hitting him. He's going to stagger a bit, and after he gets back up, you're going to run all the way to the left, and you're actually going to be able to escape this first boss fight, which I highly recommend. That boss is insanely hard, and you cannot do it with the gear you have right now. And up ahead, you're going to get to the next area that you have to do. So you're going to want to skip through all this guy's dialogue and collect this, which is going to be a spell. And it's actually the only spell they give you, which is kind of weird. And after that whole gauntlet, you end up back here. So you have to backtrack a bit, but instead of going up, you go to the left. And after entering this room, you just gotta kill this bug using your new spell, and then you're gonna enter green path, where you just have to follow the red bug that you see throughout. And here you're gonna come face to face with boss number 2. And this one can be a bit tricky if you're not careful, but if you know the right strategy, you should be fine. So what you're going to want to do is just be on the offense the whole time. Because every couple hits you get, she staggers, and you can have more time to get more hits in. And you have a new fireball spell, and be sure to make good use of it. The more you use it, the more damage you're dealing, and the quicker this fight's over. And before you know it, it will be. And after you do that, you're going to pick up the Mothwing Cloak, which is just a dash. And it's one of the most vital parts of this game. And sadly, afterwards, you're just stuck here. The doors don't open, so you have to quit out. And you end up right back here. And after heading left, down, right, down, left, up, left, down again, you're going to end up at the Fungal Wastes, which will contain the Mantis Village. And up here, you're going to want to flip the switch, try to get up here, but it is quite hard, so you have to backtrack a bit. Then jump up here and just walk all the way to the left, climb up here, and then fall down, and then you're going to acquire the Mantis Claw, which is just going to be a wall grab, and it lets you go most other places in the game. And once again, quit out and spawn back at the last bench. Then use your map and travel all the way to the bottom right of the Forgotten Crossroads. Take that bench right there, and then head on to the left until you reach the hut where you can enter. Skip through all of this guy's dialogue. He's going to be important later. And then after that, you can just exit back out. And here, you're actually going to want to die as far to the right as you can. I don't know why, but the next step you have to do to progress in the game is pretty difficult, but if you follow the instructions I'm about to give you, it shouldn't be that hard. After respawning, just head to the left, lure your shade to the right, and what you're going to do is you're going to wall climb and then dash out, hit its head, dash to the right, and grab onto the wall. And as you can see here, he was a bit too high for me to hit his head, so he's going to move back, and again, you're just going to want to get his attention and take as many tries as you need. You can jump out, hit his head, dash to the right, grab onto the wall, and then jump up, where you are going to end up at the blue lake, where you're going to spend a good amount of time just dashing across. And after exiting the blue lake, you're going to want to head up and to the right, where you come across this shrine where they're going to tell you some stuff and then make you jump through some hoops, but then you're going to get the dream nail. This is going to become really important later on. And afterwards, when you wake up, you're going to be next to this weird moth, and you're just over to the right where you fell asleep, so you can just quit out and then end up back at the Forgotten Crossroads. And from here, you can just follow the pathway that you took to the second boss, except when you reach that room, head up into the right. And from this room, you're going to want to do the same thing where you head up into the right until you reach a nice little chest. However, when you break the chest, there's going to be one geo. But you can jump down and reach these two enemies, which you've killed many times before. And after killing them, you walk through this nice little tunnel, and you end up outside. And from here, your pathway is pretty straightforward. You just head up and to the left a bit, and you're going to come across some enemies, but they're pretty basic, so you just kill them. And you keep going until you can head to the right, break that hidden wall, break another hidden wall, and then head to the right again. And you're going to come across this weird shrine thing. So you just head to the right to this bug, use that dream nail that you got earlier, hit him, and then walked out and notice that it's changed a bit. So you just got to smack it a couple times, and then just watch the show. And you can go ahead and just quit out again. And then you're going to head back to Dirtmouth after respawning, and you're going to notice some new stuff here. And you can enter the big tent, head to the right, where you're going to meet Troop Master Grim. And he's going to give you the oh so important Grim Child charm. And what that is going to do is it's going to put some flames on your map. And for the next section of the game, you're just going to follow those flames like an objective mark. And of course, you can't forget to equip the charm. And there you have the flames. And the first flame is going to lead you back to good old Green Path, where you're going to meet this little guy. And he has two attacks, the one where he shoots 3 little projectiles, and the one where he dashes at you. Both of these, he leaves a little opening where you can actually hit him, and you just have to wait for him to attack, and then wait for the opening, get the attack in until, of course, you're going to kill him, and it might take a little bit of time. And after collecting the other flames on your map, you can return to Grim, where he's going to talk to you, and he's going to upgrade your little friend. So now he's going to be able to attack enemies. And what this also has done is it has put 3 new flames on the map for you to follow. And at each of the flames, the guys you fight are going to follow a pretty similar pattern where they shoot projectiles at you and dash at you, and you've got to retaliate accordingly. Except these guys are going to shoot more projectiles, but if you follow the same strategy, you're going to be able to kill them really easily, and each one is going to add some flame to your buddy. And after getting all 3 of the flames, you've probably learned a bit, gotten a bit better at the game. So you're going to go ahead and return to Grim, where he's going to take your child, and instead of actually just letting you go and go get some more flames, you're going to go ahead and perform a nice little ritual dance with him, you know, just to be polite. And this little ritual dance is actually going to follow a similar pattern and strategy to the guys that you had to kill for him. So they're going to do an attack or two, maybe dash at you, maybe shoot something at you, and you need to dodge it and then be prepared to get a couple hits in return. And after you do that a couple times, the fight should be over. And of course afterwards you just gotta talk to him and he's gonna give you your little buddy back, but with a bit more oomph. And again, this is going to put some more flames on your map for you to follow. And these guys are going to be a bit more difficult than the previous two. And they're going to actually deal 2 masks of damage instead of 1. But now you have your little guy with you. So not only are you hitting him, your little friend's also hitting him and getting some nice damage in. And he might even kill him for you. Now you get to the real fight. The gimmick here is that he's super easy. However, he has a ton of health and you do not. Nightmare King Grim has 1500 health. Your nail does 5 damage. You need to hit him 300 times. On the other hand, you have 5 health. He does 2 damage. He needs to hit you 3 times. So you need to be able to go the distance with this guy. One slip up could throw you off and end it. And the worst part, you don't have your little friend, but you've practiced for this without knowing it. Both normal Grim and his henchmen use the same style as him. Just do what you've been doing and you'll be fine. So now that you're done with that, you should be ready to venture into the land of Hallownest with a friend by your side. I hope you've learned a thing or two from this beginner's guide. If you thought it was helpful, be sure to leave a like and maybe even share it with a friend. That stuff goes a long way. Thanks in advance, and I'll see you around. And with your new friend, this guy is a piece of cake.